Da-da-da-da. You know what time it is. News of the week, news of the week, news of the week. Ah. Okay. How are y'all? It's good to see you. Beautiful outside. So it's going to be a good weekend. So here we go with the news of the week. Now, I was kind of like, honestly, I was kind of like struggling what to talk about today. So, I mean, I knew, I could talk about how the President of the United States basically compared himself to Jesus Christ this week, but then told us, no, y'all are all wrong. It was a doctor. Okay. We're not that stupid, but okay. Or I could talk about how the President of the United States decided to get into a fight with the Pope. Yeah, I don't want to talk about either one of those. I could talk about how the Senate and House went back to work this week, or went back to Washington this week. I don't know how much work's getting done. And for some reason, Sister Graham did not want to talk about being at Disney World as a 70-something-year-old confirmed bachelor alone, without children or grandchildren, because he doesn't have any, or didn't want to talk about that. So we won't talk about it either. I could talk about how Biblical Scholar Pete Hegseth, at a meeting of the Pentagon, decided to quote the Bible, but the verse that he quoted came from that great book in the Bible called Pulp Fiction, the movie. I could talk about how the government is still shut down. Whether y'all know it or not, there are still parts of the government that are shut down. Just say it. Or I could talk about how the war in Iran is so interestingly put the whole Epstein matter on the back burner. Not that it was to be used as a diversion or anything. I could talk about all that. I ain't talking about none of it. What we're going to talk about today is kindness and beauty and the human spirit and amazingness and what teamwork can do together to create greatness. Because all those other fools that I just mentioned, eventually they're going to be forgotten. They're going to be out. They're no longer going to be of any importance. They're not going to be anything but a piss stain on the history of America. But humanity and working together and greatness and creating greatness and kindness and all of those things that we've seen on display the last 2 weeks with Artemis and NASA and astronauts, that's worth talking about. Now listen, I know some of y'all don't believe it happened. That's all right. Just listen to them talk. Just the beauty of the way they talk about what they've seen. I don't care. Y'all don't have to believe they saw it or not. Just listen to them. Because what they're talking about is greatness. And what we as a body of humanity can do together, working together. The greatness, the excitement, the exploration, all of that stuff. We have the capability to do if we put our mind to it and if we work together. So that, my friends, is the news of the week. That, my friends, is the news of our lifetime. That is what makes us all great. That's what we need to strive for and look at every single day. These fools, they're going to do what they're going to do, okay? Unfortunately, it's probably putting a lot of us in danger, but you know what? We together still can accomplish great and amazing things. That is the news of the week. Y'all go love your mom and your daddy, your brothers and sisters, and your aunts and uncles. Tell everybody you love them. Go spend some time with people that mean something to you, and get outside and enjoy this beautiful weather. Go out and touch nature, because that is part of the humanity that makes us who we are. Y'all have a great week. I love you.